I'm Brian with Setzers RV, and I would like to show you this 2023 Springdale 256 RD by Keystone. We'll start off on the front. It does come with a 12-volt power tongue jack, up and down, light switch next to it. In case of power failure, you'll pull that grommet up and you'll have a manual crank to manually crank this jack up and down in case of power failure. Behind it we have two LP tanks. These tanks hold 4.5 gallons. We do have a dual stage regulator with a switchover valve. I only recommend opening and using one tank at a time. Behind the LP we have a battery tray. It looks like you have two batteries, but you actually only have one. It's a Dragonfly lithium ion battery. Very nice battery. It does have a battery disconnect switch behind it on a red knob right here. So easily disconnect and then easily reconnect. Alright. Beside the front we have a starter kit. And the starter kit's going to come with your water hose. This is a water pressure regulator. Always use that when you hook water up. A 30 to 15 amp adapter and a sewer hose. Moving on around, we have a cargo. It's a pass-through, goes all the way across the front of the camper. And then of course underneath the front we have stabilizing jacks. These are 12-volt power stabilizing jacks. You're gonna press and hold extend to drop your feet down. Make sure you always level the camper before you run these jack feet down. Moving on down. Next is going to be a tankless water heater, located right here on the entrance door side. This tankless heater does have a master switch. Turn it on to be able to use hot water inside. This tankless heater is going to run on gas, same as your furnace. This is the exhaust for the furnace. It's going to run on gas as well. This camper does come with outlets on the outside, a wall, TV mount already installed on the wall. This is an outlet for a satellite or cable or the antenna. Next is going to be the entrance door. The steps to this door, they fold up in behind the entrance door. Just make sure that you open your door as far as you can. Use the latch to set it in and pull it out. You also have these paddles to adjust the legs. You'll need to adjust those legs for this plate to go all the way down to the frame of the door. Next we have another switch like in the front for the rear stabilizing jack. The exact same in the front. We also have a mini fridge. It's almost like a safe style mini fridge. On and off switch, all the controls right here on the very top right of the fridge. We have on the back wall, you do have a Lippert on the go mount for a ladder installed. Ladder sold separately. There's also a base for a backup camera that's sold separately as well. This is an inlet for cable or satellite if that is available. And then moving on around to the other side, we do have a shore cord. This is a pull out or push in when you're done, about 25 feet in length. It is a 30 amp cord and you're going to plug it into 125 only. Moving on down. So here's an outside shower. Make it nice. Above it we have a valve. This is going to be for the black tanks, cleaning the sensors so the monitor panel reads accurately. That's what this valve here is for. Underneath the camper is a dump station. Okay. So this dump station is going to have 2 tanks. It has a gray tank for the bathroom sink, shower, and kitchen sink. And then it has a black tank over here for the toilet only. When you need to empty your tanks, you'll pull it, hook your sewer hose up, have it run. You want to pull and dump your black tank first. Wait till it's done, close it back, then open the gray, clean out the sewer hose, and always put your cap back on when you're done. Now also, while we're down here, just slightly underneath, you're going to see these 2 low point drains. One's going to be a hot line, one's a cold line. You're going to use those to flush and clean the water lines and drain the water lines only. Moving further down, close, we're back at the front of the camper. We have a water connection. The one on the right is the city water. You hook water up if you go to a place and water is available. If not, the one next to it is a fresh holding for the freshwater connection. It's a holding tank. The only thing different is this does not have an overflow. So watch the monitor panel when you fill it. Do not overfill it. And when you're done camping, you'll need to drain it. And that drain is underneath here behind the front stabilizers. Right there. And then next to it is the other side of that pass-through cargo. Right here on this side, we do have a solar charge controller, and next to it is a switch that will disconnect the solar panel. I recommend disconnecting the battery and the solar panel when you go to store the camper. Also need to want to have your wheel bearings inspected at least once a year per industry standards. Make sure that all the wheel bearings on both sides are greased and inspected once a year, every 12,000 miles. And next I'd like to show you what's on the roof. All right, so up on the roof, I'd just like to show you everything up here. So we got skylight, exhaust vents, plumbing vents, air conditioning unit, antenna. There's a solar panel. We also have a lap seal on the very rear of the camper roof, around everything except the air conditioner, and a lap seal on the very front. I highly recommend that you have these lap seals inspected the minimum of twice a year. All right, now that I showed you the roof, I want to show you the awning next. Go right inside the entrance door. Be a switch right here on the wall. Press and hold out. You want to be sure not to overextend the awning. And if you need to pitch your awning due to rain or more shade, just pull down on this bottom bar. You can do that to both the arms. I do recommend putting it back up when you put the awning away. And then just be sure you're hitting retract. When you see the awning collapse against the wall and stop, you can let go of the switch. Slide out switch on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and run the slide room out. Be sure that you put the slide room all the way out or all the way in. So when you're done camping, before you bring the slide all the way in, you would want to check the slide roof and make sure there's no debris on top of the roof. Just like that. Next, on this same panel with the switches at the very top is the monitor panel. So 4 lights would be full, 1 light would be empty. You can check the battery here. You have your fresh holding tank. It says it has 1/3. As long as there's water in the fresh, we can turn the pump on to use water. Black is empty. It says you have a black 2, but you don't. It says you have a gray 2 and a gray 3, but you don't. So just black 1 and gray 1. As far as the hot water, this controller at the bottom is what controls the hot water tank when you turn it on from outside. When you turn the pump on and run water through the hot faucet. You'll see this controller come on. It will light up. It will let you know the water is flowing. The flame symbol is letting you know that it's lighting and getting hot. Just a few moments after you see the flame, you are going to have hot water. Turn the water off, and the controller will automatically go back to idle. We got another switch above the monitor panel. It says battery heat. This switch is only to be turned on if the temperature is below 40 degrees outside. You'd want to turn that on and leave it on to make sure that the battery performs nominally. I have a few other light switches. The rest of these lights, the switch is on the light itself. Kitchen area, I have a stove. This stove is going to run off gas only. The knob on the left is the igniter knob. It turns clockwise only. Light the top burners, set them to high. Use the igniter knob to ignite them. Same thing with the oven. You'll just press this knob in to light a pilot first. Use the igniter knob to light the pilot. When the pilot is lit, then you can adjust to your temperature. Next to the kitchen, we have the entertainment, TV of course, radio, inside speakers. Below it's going to be a fireplace. This fireplace is going to run off of electric only. Alright. Refrigerator. Edward Chill is going to be a 12-volt refrigerator. We do have an on and off switch up here at the top. Inside the refrigerator, you'll press and hold the set for 10 seconds to turn it off and on. Thermostat for your air conditioner and your furnace. Furnace runs on gas only. Air conditioner is electric only. Down below it on the same wall, we have a propane and carbon monoxide alarm. And we have a smoke alarm located in the ceiling close to the entrance door. Next, we'll be going into the bathroom. We've got exhaust vent, switch for the fan up in the vent. Nice little bathroom. Going to the main bedroom, master bed. We do have some storage under the bed. We have outlets on both sides of the bed. This outlet protrudes from the wall. This is a reset for the ground fault protection on the outlets. Alright. We got a laundry chute on this side as well. This will get down into that front cargo area. And lastly, we have a power box that's on the end of the bench, dinette bench. This is going to have your 120 breakers, main breaker on the top, and your 12-volt fuses for all your DC circuits. Alright, that should conclude my walkthrough on this 2023 Springdale 256 RD by Keystone. Thank you and happy camping.